What's going on? It's Roger. So I picked this up. It's a Chicago Electric Power Tools, a rotary tool. Um, I I've had a rotary tool. The one that I have was also Chicago from Harbor Freight, and it's been good to me the last 18 years, and it finally went out. So the reason why I decided to go with Chicago again was back around 2000, 2001. I was doing a lot of fiberglass stuff on my body kit. Um, it was for my Civic. I had a body kit and wide body and spoilers, and I was getting other stuff, and I had to do a lot of cutting. And I had a Dremel. I had the typical Dremel, and I know everything has gone differently now. And I don't hate Dremel, but I used the Dremel. I bought a Dremel. I used it so much within a week it burnt out. Luckily, obviously, you still have a warranty, so I went back. I think I got it at Sears at the time. I can't remember. Brought it back. I was like, hey, I'm gonna use this, and it went out on me. And I got a second one, and I was using it, and it same thing too. Like I said, I was cutting a lot of stuff, and it went out on me. I tried to, whenever they got hot, I try not to use it when it's that. Let it cool down. And so I got my money back, and I was kind of frustrated. I was like, well, let me just get the cheap stuff. And so I went to my local Harbor Freight. I saw, obviously the Chicago at the time. Like I said, this is 18 to 20 years ago, something like that. And I was like, okay, this is super cheap. This is cheaper than a Dremel. Let me see if it works. If it doesn't, then screw it. It doesn't work, and it's not a big deal because it's cheap. That Chicago rotary tool went through all my projects, and then so I was super happy about that, and I couldn't believe it, because I am a person of, I'm not trying to get the most expensive stuff, but I want stuff that's decent quality to work. But I don't mind giving cheap tools a chance. And that rotary tool lasted, and even the last few years, I don't do as much, cutting with it for the last, I don't know, few years, but the most recent 2 years, I've been getting back in cars and cutting up body kits and doing all kinds of stuff, and it's held up until last week, where it started sputtering, and it finally died. So today I decided, I was like, should I go for another Dremel, or what else should I do? And then I was like, well, you know what, let me go to Harbor Freight and see what they had available. And I saw this, and I was like, if anything, it fails, it's not such a big deal. So going back to that mentality, but I was also, like I said, impressed that my Chicago rotary tool lasted for so long and took so much abuse. So again, I'm not really much of a brand loyalist. If this works, great, and I'll be happy, and I'll buy another one. But that was my experience, and that's the reason why I got this. But let's open it up. Sorry, that was a little tangent. Comes with a manual. This looks definitely way upgraded, and comes with some drill bits and stuff like that, and all the a little bit of accessories and tool to tighten all this stuff up. So I'm kind of excited because this, like I said, just with Dremel, a lot of things, hopefully they upgrade. So I'm going to work this thing and see how it goes.